Wonderful. Welcome everybody on TikTok. Good to see you guys. Going to give this a minute for a few people to tune in before we go ahead and get started. This is what to expect in 2023. I'll be breaking down each zodiac sign. If you guys could post any questions you may have. We're going to be getting to some questions at the end of the show. If you missed last night, we did the first part of what to expect in 2023 with Christina Del Rey, our astrologer. She did a phenomenal job, as always, breaking down each zodiac sign for the year. So again, if you guys missed that, that was part one. It is officially published on YouTube at Ask Ivy, so you can go check it out. And because I was having tech issues, Mercury's in retrograde, and I have Gemini all over my chart. Sun, moon, rising, Venus, you name it, I got it. I wasn't able to record last night, so we're doing this tonight, making up for it. All right, welcome everyone on Facebook. Welcome on YouTube. Looks like we have a few people tuning in here. We're going to give this a second to let everyone log on. If you guys could give me a thumbs up, let me know that you can hear me and see me all right. That would be super helpful. Looks like my audio and everything is much better today. By the grace of Mercury. Who knows why? Okay. I do want to make a couple quick announcements. So first off, we have the tour coming up. Now, I did a tour a while back. I want to say maybe a month ago in Florida, Naples and the surrounding areas. It was a huge hit. I really enjoyed the trip and working with the people out that way. And so I decided to do another one and take advantage of the beach. And finish up writing the symbology book while I'm there. So I'm killing like 4 birds with one stone. So I am continuing the second part of the tour, bringing spirit back to the streets. And that'll be from January 19th through the 31st. I will be hitting Pennsylvania, Virginia, West Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida. So that's going to be mostly like Naples, Fort Myers, Sarasota, like around that area. And Georgia, I'll be heading back that way, my hometown. All right. So again, that's Pennsylvania, Virginia, West Virginia, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. If you want to book me for a gig, whether it be for your business, a corporate event, there's a big, event there you want me to work, teaching lectures, or a private party that you want to host, you're going to want to go ahead onto my website, Ivy Rivera, psychicmedium.com. That's above or below in the description, depending on where you're tuning in. And you're going to want to drop us a line saying, I want to book her while she's in my state. So I'm super excited about that. Also, on that note, I am working as quick as I can to finish up the symbology book. If you have not already gotten yourself on the early bird wait list for that, you're going to want to go to revivrivera@yahoo.com. You could also post in the comments here and hopefully we'll catch it. And we can add you to the early bird wait list. I am hoping to publish. I was saying by the end of winter. We'll stick with that for now. Also, if you guys have not already done so, you may want to take advantage of the holiday sales that are running. They expire. What is it? Is it tomorrow? I don't even know what day it is anymore after this blizzard. So to what, 2 days? So January 1st, what's going to expire is my holiday packages, the 20% off all classes. And that includes the Psychic Mediumship Course. So if you've been wanting to take the course, you can get 20% off right now. No, I am not extending the sale. And the Psychic Mediumship Course is now evergreen, 100%. So you can join at any time. This is a buy now, use later option on all of these sales. Okay, so you could use them anywhere throughout 2023. What else do we have running? We also have 20% off the Haunted sleepover experience here at the 1882 Victorian Funeral Home, the headquarters for the Ivy League Psychic Academy. Haunted sleepover experience. Up to 20 of your friends can sleep here. Again, buy now, book later if you want to do that. And we have 30% off Ivy's Healing Call Center, open 7 days a week, taking your calls, giving you guys healings and readings. Now that one expires January 2nd. So take advantage while you can, people. All right, I think it's pretty much everything I wanted to say. We have a lot ahead of us. Okay, I have a lot ahead of me. So let's go ahead and get into this. Did want to announce one more time for those of you tuning in late. Please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're having trouble with a connection wherever you are. You may want to jump over to YouTube at Ask Ivy. Also, if you want to become a member here on YouTube, you can hit that join button to see the 3 different tiers of memberships. And I am offering some fabulous new perks this year. Really exciting stuff, including the free Ask Ivy shows. The mini classes I've been doing will be exclusively available, to my members only, and all kinds of other stuff. Your monthly astrology and your monthly horoscopes, all kinds of things. All right. So what we are doing here today is what to expect in 2023 for each zodiac sign. I want you guys to pay attention to not only your sun sign. I know that everyone has a tendency to say, well, my sun sign is who I am, and it's how people see me, and it's really very in sync with my personality, and they use that as a huge part of their identity. But it's really not that. Your sun sign is just what you're learning to be in this life. Many of you may not identify with your sun sign at all, and it's definitely not what you display to the world. People, when they look at you, they don't see your sun sign, they see your rising sign. Sometimes maybe they're even seeing your moon sign, okay, which is how you feel. Maybe how you receive love from other people. This can connect to romance for you. So I want you guys to listen for your sun, moon, and rising signs. Okay, not just your sun. Okay. Mary, my beautiful producer, will be pounding this out with me here tonight. And again, if you guys missed it, yesterday I had tech issues. So we had Christina Del Rey, our amazing astrologer, on here doing part 1. Okay, so where is she this year? She was here. I just couldn't join in. So we had to divide it. So go back and watch. It is now published. Christina's part 1, where she, as an astrologer, broke down each zodiac sign. I'm Ivy Rivera. I'm a psychic medium, a Taino Arawak, and I will be doing this today from a psychic mediumship perspective. All right, so let's get started with Aries. All right, so we've got Aries. Category number 1, I'm going to talk about for each zodiac sign. I want to talk about work, money, and your resources. Aries, what am I getting for you for 2023 with work, money, and resources? You're going to be pushed to speak more. You're going to have to clear your throat chakra more than what you have in the past. This may also be affecting some of you in the area of relationships. Now, for Aries that are business owners, and I know a ton of you are entrepreneurs, independent contractors, whatever, this is a big part of what you do, working with others, so networking and partnerships. Again, clearing that throat chakra is going to be a big part of your financial success and your ability to not only expand on what you've already been focusing on, but to break through some barriers, to bust down some walls. You may feel that in 2023, you have more restriction in this particular area than what you're used to. You may feel as though you can't pinpoint why it's happening, but that it is happening in a patterned cycle. And these blocks and obstacles are essentially to test you, to stretch you, to grow you in your ability to process what it is that you're thinking and how it is that you can communicate that in the most effective way. I also think that many of you may have an influx of money. I see it sort of raining down on you in the bills, not the coins. Okay, so that's what we want to see. This may only end up being about half of you. In some areas, it's going to be more like a quarter of you. That's still a significant amount. Okay, so I am going to mention it. And for some of you, it could come within the first 3 months of the year. For some, it would be more in the middle. So June, July, August, around there. And I think that what you guys are really going to need to do is to use a lot of self-regulation in your work and be steady, follow through. Don't give up and throw in the towel or have a temper tantrum when things get rough, because it will take stamina. Category number 2, we're going to look at for Aries is love and relationships. What's going on with Aries and love and relationships for 2023? I feel you being restricted there as well, which is interesting. It's almost like I saw a hand come up and over your mouth. You may be doing everything that you can do, so you think, to communicate properly with those that you love and those that you're in consistent relationships with in any capacity. However, it's like they're not hearing you. It reminds me, I'm sorry to say, it reminds me of like Mercury in retrograde or Mars in retrograde, where there are communication issues, gaps, pitfalls, and it happens so regularly that you may wonder if people are being deliberately confused, if it's a manipulative tactic. I don't think it is. I really do believe these are miscommunications. So this is another area where you're going to be stretched in learning how to go back to the drawing board, okay, in the way that you communicate verbally, physically, in writing, whatever it is. And I think that with love, you could find many of you, and again, I'm feeling like anywhere from half to 75% of you could be feeling as though you're meeting a soulmate. Someone seems to trigger your heart chakra. This could be happening for many of you earlier in the year, and then it sort of increases and carries on the entire year. But when I feel that soulmate connection, the way this is, it's beautiful, it's harmonious. And I think it's really important to always check and make sure where the other person is. Just because sometimes we're feeling something, we can assume the other person is. This may, in a lot of ways, be more freeing and healing and impactful for you. That doesn't mean it's not a significant bond. It 100% is, but touch base with the other person. Just because it feels great doesn't mean we can throw all the basics, out the window as far as like boundaries and reciprocity are concerned. Interesting stuff. Some of you may be putting parents in and I can't prescribe or diagnose, but maybe homes or things like that, or calling in extra help, calling in nurses and things like this. I just want to say, for anyone battling that out and saying like, well, I feel guilt about it, this is no time for guilt. There's no time for guilt on this. It's about what is best. It's not about your feelings. It's about what is best for the person who needs the care. Okay. Get them what they need, and we'll all start feeling a little bit better, and we can start unburdening some of this. Okay. Everyone needs their health. All right. Category number 3. For Aries, hidden messages, your blind spot, and any kind of overall theme that might come up. For Aries in 2023, I think that what's going to be really important for you is that you slow down, and that may be a blind spot for you because you guys, I enjoy Aries so much. Okay. We get along great, but my God, you guys, you just don't slow down. I mean, you don't stop and process enough. It's just 180 miles an hour all the time, go, 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 go. You're going to be forced to stop and to process. Now, you could use your free will unwisely and just be slowed down and not process anything, but I would highly recommend that you be introspective, that you learn how to say, what's the bigger lesson here? What is the growth opportunity here? Why do I think this is happening? What's the bigger picture on everything that goes on in your 2023? And I think you will come out more mature at the end of it, with a lot of prosperity and love around you. It's pretty amazing. Aries, have a great year. All right, so that's how these are going to run. All right, we are going to, oh, I forgot to tell you guys too, if you have questions, I will be taking some questions at the end, so go ahead and post them. And we are going in order. If everyone could please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, drop a comment of any kind. It helps me out in the algorithm. Donations are appreciated. All right, let's move on to Taurus. All right, Taurus's sun, moon, or rising. Category number 1, what is going on with Taurus in 2023 for work, money, and resources? Interesting. So I see a wall being built for you that has a strong foundation. This is not a barrier per se. Some of you may read it that way. But others may feel as though they appreciate this coming in. This could be coming in around, I want to say August. And you may feel that a lot of the work has been done for you. Okay. So sometimes when we see something being removed from us, we can either feel that we need to control it, we need to grab onto it. That's ego, fear, manipulation, and control. Okay. Or we could say, okay, I see that's being removed from me. There is clearly a need for change in this area. I'm going to release. I'm going to detox from this thing. I do feel that a strong foundation, no easy task to build in life, is going to be sort of laid out for you. What does that mean? That means that in your work, your money, your resources, you may find that the universe is so supportive of you this year that the right people come through, and either, I don't want to say they do it for you, okay, but they lead you through it. Maybe people who have accomplished what you hope to accomplish are skilled in certain areas where you're not. Okay. So great partnerships and networking can happen. You may get promoted or called into a position, that's like your dream job. You may have an opportunity to mentor under someone who can help sort of get you there, okay, to the ideal. And ultimately, I feel like the changes that are made in this area are going to be long lasting, so far beyond 2023. And again, that's some of you. Others may feel as though things are being removed and you're having to sort of rebuild from scratch. So you may be getting inklings of that already. That this is going to be a year for you where you have to start over. Regardless, that's a new foundation. I feel good about that as well. Money looks okay for you guys. I want to say that the first 2 quarters, are a little bit hit or miss, but I feel you being able to really grab on to some of your resources and say, I'm going to build up a savings. I'm going to invest. I'm going to make sure that I handle my money in a different way than what I have in the past to build long-term security and have more of a trajectory of where things are going, regardless of outside circumstances. Let's look at category number 2 for Taurus. That's love and relationships. What is going on in love and relationships for Taurus in 2023? I have a lot of laughter, whether you're laughing with family, you're laughing with friends, you're laughing at yourself. I don't know, you're laughing with spirit. I swear spirit says the funniest thing. It's like you have this ongoing dialogue. It's very comedic. And I think that you're going to be working with more members of your soul tribe this upcoming year, including soulmates. And this could even be some karmic partnerships where you feel that everything's a bit lighter, everything's a bit more enjoyable. And I think it's really needed. So this could be the first half of the year. And then later on in the year, relationships seem to almost be pushed to the back burner for you. So you may find that it's important for you to be in greater solitude, take more personal space, be more introspective for the remainder of the year. You're going to be receiving some downloads, some kundalini, and especially October, November, December, okay, of 2023. It's going to be an important time for you to receive those messages. And be in relationship with yourself, your higher mind and spirit, to make sure that you're ready to rebuild, because you'll be moving in a very new direction. As far as love is concerned, I could see many of you, especially the second quarter of the year, we're talking about being with someone potentially in a very committed situation if you choose to. For those of you that are already in a committed relationship, you may find that you take it to the next level, or you reach a deeper level of intimacy. So it feels really nice and supportive for love. Category number 3, hidden messages, your blind spot, or any overall theme that might be coming up for Taurus in 2023. I feel like it's going to be really important for you to share your mind. So this is a year where you could very well lose out on prosperity and opportunity if you don't speak clearly about what you want. I see you almost being like, well, if it happens, or I think everybody understands me, or they know what I want. No, they don't. Trust me. Nobody knows what you want. Nobody knows what you're thinking. The bottom line is this: people aren't trying to know, and they shouldn't have to work that hard to know. If there's something you want, clearly communicate that out. I don't care if it's a candy bar, or it's an engagement ring, or, it's to take a trip with a friend. You're going to have to say exactly what it is that you want, and possibly even how it is that you want to receive it. And if you have to come at that a couple different times, so be it. Okay. But if you don't, it may pass you right on by when it was actually available. All right. So Tauruses, looks really good for you. Looks like a fun year. Some work for sure. Interesting toward the end, but I like it. All right. So have a great year, Tauruses. We're going to move on to Geminis. My fellow Geminis, I am a Gemini cusp sun, and I have it like pretty much everywhere else in my chart. So let me try to pull myself out of this one. So Gemini, sun, moon, or rising coming up for you in 2023, work, money, and resources. What's coming up for Gemini's 2023? Work, money, and resources. There seems to be a flood of money coming in, a flood of opportunities, a flood of people coming in. So if you're working on social media, your following may be growing rapidly, okay, exponentially. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Stay in the limelight. If you are looking to have more speaking engagements, you want to be promoted at your job, you want to become a trainer in any way, you want to get into like teaching, leadership, publishing, anything like that, broadcasting, okay, your podcast, whatever it is, you're going to want to go after that. It's basically like the following is already there. The interest is already there in what it is that you may have to say. So people are just kind of like waiting. It's an opportunity, I think, for you to also get information back from your, let's just call it a general audience, okay, to have a better understanding for yourself of what it is that people want. If you've been running on your own insight a lot of the time, that's fine. That's great. We need to produce what it is that we feel intuitively we're supposed to. However, it's not always in perfect alignment with what majority of people would want to hear. So it's always interesting to get that feedback, and you may be reconstructing a lot of the work that you do, a lot of the information that you put out, a lot of the presentation that you give. You may even be moving from one line of work to another, one field to another, one degree to another, switching it up a bit, because that's what the people are ready for, and that's where your money is. There's a lot of information coming at you also from people who want to network with you, partner up business. They want to make you a business partner. They want to participate in whatever it is that you're building. So it feels like all eyes are on you. And it feels like people are seeing you as money and as prosperity. Okay. So dot your I's, cross your T's, watch those contracts, check that fine print. But all in all, it looks like you have the master keys. This looks fabulous. All right. So let's take a look. Oh, I would also say invest. If you get some opportunities to invest, especially around like October, maybe more toward the end of the year, this could be coming up for some of you even as soon as May. If you have opportunities to invest, so whether it's in a business, it's in, I don't know, stocks or even real estate, maybe something like a vehicle or a boat. I mean, there could be a lot of different things for a lot of different people, but that may be a good time to do it because it is an investment that will sort of pay for itself, very quickly and expand in the next 2 years. All right, let's see. Gemini's category number 2. Let's talk about love and relationships. What is going on in love and relationships for Geminis in 2023? Okay. I see somebody coming in for you. Those of you who are open to meeting someone new, really more in the middle of the year. I'm not saying they weren't here previously, but it may not reach that point where you're ready to full on commit. I see commitments happening accidentally. So some of you Geminis tend to be that way. You're not looking for anything serious. You're trying to keep it light, Sometimes this just happens. So this does look like a soulmate connection. This does look like a very serious contract. You can't just blow those off and keep them in the very light category as you can with other relationships. Okay, so this may happen on its own and it may become really clear. I'm hearing evidently clear, like around June, July. Other people may be already in a committed relationship, and we could see that these committed situations may go through a bit of a pivotal point. Pivotal point is an opportunity for two people in a relationship, or however many people you have in your relationship, to either come closer together or to go further apart. Okay, so it's a bit of a testing phase. I feel fine about that. You'll do what you need to do. Bottom line is this: everybody needs to be growing. Okay, a lot of you may also be feeling that you're pulling away from family this year, or you're very tight in a community, okay? Or like if you're very involved in like a church or whatever, your mind is expanding, you're changing a lot. And a lot of people are reaching out to you. And as your world gets bigger, sometimes that old world that you were such a big part of is becoming very suffocatingly small, okay? And that's okay. So let yourself go and let them go. Let's look at category number 3, which is hidden messages, your blind spot, and any overall theme that we may be getting for Geminis in 2023. I feel like people are trying to take your words out of context. And so whether there's gossip, let's remember this, okay? If somebody has time to talk about you, it's because you're doing something that's worth talking about. And if they make the time to do that, it's also because they're losing and they cannot possibly get up to your level. And they're threatened, they're threatened and they're jealous. And so they may be, if people are feeling threatened by you, I think you may want to look at who's talking and see what they have that you could take for yourself, because clearly they have something that's vulnerable. And so this may be a good time for you to cash in on what's yours. Okay. All right. So Geminis looks really good. I'm happy to say, if I do say so myself, have a wonderful year ahead. All right, we are going to move on to Cancers. All right, my fellow Cancers, this is my sun sign, cusp, Cancer cusp. I would love to see you guys post if you want to tell me what signs you are. It's always fun to know. I like keeping an eye on you guys. Sun, moon, or rising. Cancers, sun, moon, or rising. What is going on with you in work, money, and resources for 2023? Okay, looks good. Looks like actually quite a lot of financial security dropping in the first 6 months of the year. I would even say from like January to May, I think you can count on this consistent rain of, it looks like coins. Now, when I see gold coins, these could be fairly significant. Sometimes these gold coins are worth a whole lot more than paper cash. This is about you building up enough security with your finances that you should be able in the middle or later part of the year to actually use it for something greater. So do not buckle. And Cancers, I understand this. We get so paranoid about our finances, like night sweats and trauma thinking, and we have, traumatic like poverty mentality. It's just part of our nature. We are not comfortable taking even calculated risks with our finances. But if you have it, if the universe has given it to you, if you have earned it, you are in good karmic standing, okay? You need to, I'm even going to say in this case, you may have to take this opportunity to invest in something greater. The universe does not reward us, fellow Cancers, for hoarding. Okay, hoarding is not part of the growth process. So if you have it and there is a business opportunity that comes along, if someone wants to partner with you, if you want to launch something, if you want to do a side hustle, if you want to start investing in real estate, you want to do Airbnbs. I mean, I don't care what it is. You want to venture off and maybe leave your old career behind, but start an education, a training, a certification somewhere else. This is the time you are able to. So don't cripple yourself out with that. I feel good about all of that. I feel like there's definitely some new coming in. I also feel that some of you may be dealing in business for the first time ever. And a lot of you may be doing it in partnerships. Okay. So you have to, again, like I said to whoever else, you have to dot your I's, cross your T's, and read that fine print. Try to the best of your ability to make sure you're always holding onto those master keys. Many of you aren't going to be able to do that. Either the other partner or the general circumstances, those master keys may be sort of spread out a little bit, but that's okay. You could still find an area of comfort for yourself. You're going to have to push past some of that newness and get confident. Let's look at love and relationships. Love and relationships, what is coming up for Cancers in 2023? This is actually very sweet. So I feel someone romantically being there the second half of the year in particular, but it feels like summertime. So what are we talking? It depends on where you guys are, I guess, but we're talking like, around June, around July. This could be really increasing. And then I see a lover putting a blanket around you. This is love. This is support. This is unconditional. This is patient. This is love in the true form. Someone who is a friend before they're just a lover. This is someone who wants to build with you, can support you, and you are more than capable, Cancers, as we all know, of giving this back tenfold, so there's no question or debate on that. The reciprocity is certainly there. This is lovely, very much so. I think if you guys are in a committed relationship already, and I wouldn't be surprised if for some of you this starts earlier in the year, like even February, you may find yourself in a committed situation, late January, February. But that counts too, that or, long-term marriage you've been in for a while. I think that what you guys are going to be doing is expanding your horizons. So this may be the first time for many of you that you're in a love partnership where you're like, oh, wow, we're going to travel together. We're actually going to build something great together. We're going to, I don't know, launch a company or, whatever it is. But doing a lot of new things that have been put up on a shelf, collecting dust. I feel great about that. As far as family and other relationships are concerned, I do feel like you guys are going to be going through some trials and tribulations with friendships, maybe finding fake friends and getting rid of people who are draining you and polishing it up, cleaning it up a little bit. Okay. But I feel good about all of that. You may be putting some boundaries up with family as well. Okay. Other people in your community, just making sure, again, you're not getting drained. Okay. You're conserving your energy for yourself and what you love to do and who you love and who shows you love back. I think this is fabulous. Cancers, let's look at category number 3, Cancer, sun, moon, or rising for 2023. What hidden messages does Spirit have for you in your blind spot or an overall theme? So this may be a good time for you to watch your health. I see you eating like plates of spaghetti, like a lot of meatballs, just like a little extra sauce on this. I don't know why you're doing so much. Sometimes when we get to a point in life where we're being stretched a little bit beyond our comfort zone, and you're going to be feeling this in a couple different areas. We were talking about, love is going to be pretty intense and deep and, work and just newness. We could turn to bad habits that are comforting in the moment, but don't wear well on the hips and the belly and the thighs and whatnot. So, we need to be careful that we aren't consuming our feelings, that we are processing our feelings, that we are Talking, this might be a good year to get therapy, okay? Just to talk it on out and be able to, in the company of someone constructive, make sure that we're using all of this change for the highest and best good. Okay. No avoidant or escapist or addictive behaviors. No. Okay. Don't cost yourself everything this year, Cancers. Looks absolutely beautiful. Have a great 2023, my Cancers. All right. We are going to move on to Leos, one of my favorite signs of the zodiac. You guys are so much fun always. Leos, what is going on with you, sun, moon, or rising in 2023? Category number 1 in work, work, money, and resources. Work, money, and resources for Leos. Whew, so there's a lot coming in here. I'm feeling February. I'm feeling March. I'm feeling like things may be speeding up for you guys. So let's say that maybe 2022 and maybe the first month of 2023 wasn't feeling like a whole ton of a lot. You may have even been worried. Some of you may have been struggling with your financial security or unsure, not having a sense of trajectory for the upcoming year. There could have even been whether you had to fight, whether you had to picket or you had to go on strike, you had to try to join a union, you had to try to, just sort of fight for that promotion that was promised to you, whatever it is. And again, even with the recession, especially here in America, maybe you saw a dip in sales if you run your own business. Whatever your situation is, I feel like there's going to be an influx. So this purchasing opportunities levels up for you in your position is going to come in really easily. There's not a whole heck of a lot you need to do. Just ride it out. I do think that you could still be a little bit nervous come the middle or end of the year, almost feeling like maybe it was a fluke. Maybe it won't last. What am I supposed to do about it? Keep that vibration high is what I want to say, okay? Manifestation will trigger, when done right, law of attraction. And we all know when it rains, it pours, okay? And we all know the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. It seems to keep on a theme, okay? Well, why is that? Because we're in the rhythm. We're in the rhythm. We keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, all right? So just have that attitude and don't snooze through the whole thing is the other thing I would say. When you get a raise, you get a promotion, you get a big opportunity, your business expands, whatever it is, you need to keep it growing. That's awesome, but we don't want to be like, okay, now I could just, take a vacation. No. How can you use that as leverage to create even more? Many of you, a quarter to half, maybe buying a property, whether it be for the first time or an additional property. Many of you may be relocating. And some of you may even be getting rid of an old property to buy a new property. And that new property may be some type of an investment, like an apartment building or multi-unit Airbnbs or, things like this. For those of you that flip, it may be a significant purchase that you can flip and resell. That looks good. All right. So just in general for everybody, make sure you are investing your money also. This is going to be a good time for it, especially around October, November, it looks like December. And then we're kind of reining it back in. Okay. Reining it back in. Category number 2, love and relationships for Leos in 2023, sun, moon, or rising. Okay. So I feel some really supportive love partnerships coming in here for you guys romantically if you're open to love. Other people, you may be receiving this more from family or friends. I feel true friendships. I feel deep loyalty. I feel like that's really important to you guys also because you are very loyal and you're going to be receiving back in some ways that you haven't in the past, maybe ever. Okay. For many of you, for some, maybe it's been a long time, or you had some loved ones that were amazing, but they passed away, or something like that. And you just never were able to fill those shoes, and now you're going to have some new players on your team. And so this is really exciting and lovely energy. and long lasting. Okay. For sure. The rest of your life. I feel that for those of you who are looking for some type of serious commitment, this may be the year that this happens for you. You may be proposing, you may be cohabitating, you may be finding someone that you can really build with, okay, travel with, different things like that. And it's very exciting. Some of you may be butting heads with your kids a bit. And so if you have, and this may go the other way where you are also as a child, butting heads with your parents. So expect it to come from above down to you and you down to your own kids. Butting of heads does not have to be problematic. It's an opportunity for the relationship to grow through better communication and open understanding of the other person's point of view. So let's remember that, and do not forget about active listening. And I want to say that if your kids are saying nonsensical things, you can't even stand to listen to it anymore. At least try to just present in an open manner and keep the dialogue going the best that you can. But prepare for that. Category number 3, hidden messages, your blind spot, or any kind of overall theme that may be coming through for Leos in 2023. I feel like it's going to be really important for you to bury your money and to hide your things. Now, this isn't just about your resources. This isn't just about your money. And, this could be anything. This could be your thoughts. Keep them to yourself. This could be your feelings. You don't have to share that with everybody. This could be you really wanting to express your excitement, or a new project that you have. I wouldn't, not so much. And I think that there are people around you, circumstances around you that could inhibit the growth in those areas. I also think that if you guys are involved in a partnership, whether it be like business or, romantic, family dynamics, whatever, even with roommates, everybody doesn't need to know all your financial business, and just make sure your passwords are to yourself. And this may be a good time if you're in a problematic marriage or something like that. You're planning on jumping ship here. You may want to start putting those finances in another account. Okay. Looks good. All right, Leos, have a wonderful 2023. We are going to move on to Virgos. Let's see what is going on with Virgo, sun, moon, rising for 2023 in the area of work, money, and resources. Virgos. Okay. So it looks almost like you guys have a lot happening the second half of the year, and you may even feel that your weekends are becoming work days. Now, for those of you who run businesses, that may even be irrelevant. Maybe you work every weekend. But for many people, it's like your work shift is changing. Okay. It's like it's shifting. Instead of it being the beginning of the week, it's more toward the end of the week. So many of you may be taking on a second job. You may be changing up your schedule at work. You may be looking more toward different days where you don't normally do things, just switching it up in general. I would say that any of you that are into broadcasting in any capacity, you may want to look at alternatives, okay, to when you've been doing that. So I definitely see some changing up with that. Now, there also seems to be some opportunity for you to shed what you were doing. And even though it may be uncomfortable, the universe is trying to make room for something better, something greater, something bigger, something that you're better suited for. Many of you have outgrown your old positions, your old bosses, that company that you've been with for like 13 years, whatever it is. I think that this is going to be a time of self-discovery, self-exploration, a passion in your career in a way that, and even what you invest your money in a way that really resonates more with your life contract than it has been the last 5 to 10 years. And that's what we want. We want to be in alignment with our life contract. So I feel good about all of that. Somebody may be coming to you for money as well. I want to say that this is not going to be the best time, especially the first quarter of the year, to be giving out loans. Just be mindful that people who may be coming to you may not be able, and you do what you want with this information, but to pay you back. All right, let's look at category number 2, which is love and relationships. Love and relationships for Virgos in 2023. I saw a bunch of you kicking your kids out of the house or telling a roommate they got to go or kicking out a lover or whatever. Sometimes the house just gets a little too crowded and people aren't always pulling their weight. So whether they're not contributing financially, they're just spread out, too much, too long, what have you. You guys are really taking very seriously your personal space this year. You're taking very seriously home as a haven. You want to make sure that your sacred space is exactly that. And I think that in your relationships this year, you want to make sure that your mental stability is at the forefront. If you guys have been dealing with wishy-washy lovers, you may be kicking them to the curb. If you were dealing with someone who you forgave, and don't take this the wrong way, and no, this is not for everybody, but if you forgave someone who cheated on you, this may be it for you. And I'm not even saying you're busting them doing it again. You may just be done looking at them, okay? Because why should you get past it, okay? They were grown. You may just leave, so it's just kind of funny to watch you guys because you're so stable always, but to just be done with a whole bunch of people and stuff. And that's great. Okay, so this is good for you. I think that what you're really doing, and this is beautiful, is you are making room for the news. You just got a bunch of new people coming in. You got a bunch of new situations entering your life that you can evolve, into. And I feel that it's very supported, by like angel energy. Angels are the healing entities of the universe. We see that you are going with the flow. Use your free will. Okay. Everyone will. Some of you won't do this at all, but those of you who are using your free will wisely, you're just going to go with the flow in the universe, and possibly more than you've ever done in the past. I also feel that in the 9th month, there could be some opportunity for a commitment, some kind of love relationship that's very serious to your own identity somehow. So it's like how you see yourself. Sometimes we meet someone and it puts into clarity who we really are, is the best way I can describe that. And for some of you, it may even be someone who, let's say like a power couple, or maybe they have a lot of money or they've accomplished a lot, whatever it is, they're in the media. They can help you in your own reputation and the way you present to the world, which is going to elevate you up even higher. Okay, so this looks really, really good in all of that. Let's look at category number 3, hidden messages, your blind spot, or an overall theme for Virgos in 2023. Okay. So some things from your past may be coming up. This looks like a potential end of a karmic cycle. We could also say that for many of you, I'd say almost half, this is going to be more like a pivotal point. This could be coming up for some of you in September, some of you more around June, July, some of you as soon as January, February. Okay, so watch. It could also be all 3 of those for some of you. Now, when we see a pivotal point like this come up, it's skeletons in the closet, unfinished business, stuff swept under the carpet, things put up on a shelf collecting dust. Anything that is unresolved needs to graduate, be fulfilled, or be cut, okay, is going to come to a head. I like that. Deal with it, because if you don't, it's sort of like saying every time the bus stops, somebody's got to get off. In order for another door to open, a door has to close. So make room for the new by getting rid of the old. And for many of you, it'll be about your mentality. So you're really doing this inside more than anything. Beautiful. Love it. Virgos, have a wonderful 2023. All right. How are we doing here? Oh my God. All right, you guys, if you're tuning in late, please give this video a thumbs up, drop a comment. It helps me out in the algorithm. Donations are appreciated. And subscribe, okay, especially here on YouTube at Ask Ivy. If you missed the first half of the show, annually we do a what to expect in the upcoming year. And I do this with my astrologer, Christina Del Rey. But last night I had tech issues. So we recorded Christina So if you missed it, you can go back and watch her video on each zodiac sign from yesterday. I am doing this from a psychic mediumship perspective, as I do every year. All right. Moving on to Libra. Thank you. Okay, here we go. So Libra's sun, moon, or rising. What is going on with you in 2023? Category number 1, work, money, and resources. Work, money, and resources for Libra. Okay, some business opportunities definitely coming in for quite a few of you the first quarter of the year. There could be some contracts to sign, negotiate things in your favor. If you feel like someone's trying to shortchange you, make sure that you check contracts of any kind, legalities. If you are tied up in something legal, this may be the conclusion of this, and this may work very well in your favor. I do feel it's important to speak your truth, to speak your mind, clear that throat chakra. I think that money's looking good for you guys that first quarter. I do think that the second quarter, many of you are looking at getting some type of a promotion. So if you are done waiting, if you're done with the position that you've been in, you may be saying, I'm either getting this promotion or I'm going to a new company. Okay. I'm either getting this promotion or I'm going to go off and do my own thing. You don't want to see me go off and start my own thing, do you? So it may, work. This may really work in your favor. I feel that many of you, especially in the third quarter, are putting your money away. And it's not an investment per se, as much as it is like savings. Maybe you figured out there's a house that you want to relocate overseas. You're wanting to get a new car in the upcoming year, whatever it is. You're going to be putting your resources away, and you seem to be doing it with a very specific goal or list of goals in mind. I feel great about that. Many of you may be involved in family planning as well. So let's say you're going to have a baby, or a couple babies even at once. This could happen for many of you, twins, triplets. Okay. Mark my words, especially in the second half of the year. That's expensive. Putting money away. You're just thinking long-term. You're also thinking expansion on the residency or upgrades to the residency. I feel good about all of this. Category number 2, love and relationships for Libras in 2023. Love and relationships. I feel like someone is challenging you. For those of you that are married or you're in a long-term commitment, and other people may be feeling this with like a mom, okay? And sometimes, yes, it's gross, but it's super common. We can reincarnate like with our mom, and then that's our spouse or whatever. So there's like we don't have to go there. There's like parental dynamics here. There's an overpowering sense of someone coming to you and dictating, and you don't like it. You do not want to be told. You do not want to have to compromise beyond what you already have. This is taking you out of a comfort zone. And some of you may be realizing in a relationship, whether it be new, okay, or it be older, you may be realizing that these compromises aren't something you're willing to work with anymore. A lot of relationships just reach their end point because of that. And that doesn't mean that, there's something dysfunctional there. It could be two people with a growth mindset and they just want to grow in different directions. It's okay. I think of trees, look at those branches up at the top. Look at the roots down at the bottom. It was always happening from the beginning, and that's okay. And it's in a lot of cases like this inevitable. And so doing things amicably. Okay. Many of you may be doing this in work as well. And I know we already talked about, money and resources and career and stuff, but for you Libras, because so many of you are business owners and entrepreneurs and things like that, a big part of your work environment, is also relationships and networking and partnerships. And so it could be happening there as well. And that's okay. Many of you may be leaning on family, your long-term friends. and your inner community this year for a lot of support. And I think it's a beautiful thing. You may find those relationships reaching a deeper point of intimacy than they ever have. Let's look at category number 3, hidden messages, your blind spot, or any overall theme that's coming up for Libras in 2023. I feel like it's important for you to keep your foot on the gas, so that what they show here is you getting behind the wheel of a car. And in symbology, dream symbology or any kind, this is about you being in control of your life, unapologetically taking the wheel and steering life in the direction that you want it to go in. You don't owe anyone an excuse. You don't have to stall out or wait or postpone. You can do it, and you can make the changes that are needed in relationships and circumstances as you go. That's okay, but you are not to take your foot off the gas. All right, Libras, looks like it's a really great year. I'm excited for you. Enjoy. And there are some real sweet moments there, especially in relationships and bonding. So take it in and enjoy your 2023. All right. Whew. Let's move on to, I always say our fiery Scorpios, but they are water, you know. Love Scorpios, my absolute favorite. All right, Scorpios. We got it. There we go. What is going on with you in 2023? Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising? Let's look at work, money, and resources for Scorpios. Okay, middle of the year, like a target, like a bullseye. You've got a lot of growth, a lot of expansion potential. You may actually feel like you're spoiled for choice here. You may feel like, you know, I don't know what I want to do exactly, because I could do any of these 5 things and I feel like they're all going to be profitable. That would be accurate. You're going to have to look at your life contract. I mean, you can book that with me, or, you know, astrology and Vedic and Western matches it. Numerology charts match it. It's all the same thing. What are you supposed to do for your highest and best good to stay in alignment with your life path? You could feel just overwhelmed, like I could make so many right choices. Yes, you could, but some are definitely going to be stronger than others. Okay, so you're going to want to go by that contract. You're going to want to go by your gut instinct. And I think that you're going to want to go by dreams. Okay, so Scorpios, you know, Pisces, Cancers, us water signs, we see everything ahead of time. It's very hard for anything to sneak up on us, including huge opportunities. Okay. So if you are downloading information in the shower, okay, the native belief is that the bathroom is a huge conductor for communication from the other side due to the water, the mirrors, the porcelain, the earth. Okay. In the bathroom, you may be getting a lot of downloads. Through your dreams, you may be getting a lot of downloads. You may have a weird ringing in your ears, like a tinnitus, and then you get the information. And this is going to be about how to build your wealth, how to build your empire. And for many of you, it's going to come through very, very specific instruction and how to, reminds me of almost like, you know, automatic writing or something like that. Say it in exactly this way. That's what you're going to be doing. So use it. Be aware, have your antenna up. I also feel that some of you may be split. So many of you may be split with your money. You may be split dealing with other people's money, or even in a relationship where there's shared resources, or, you know, from a boss. Some of you may have multiple businesses running simultaneously or something like that. You may have a regular job and then sort of like your side hustle, but your side hustle is starting to take over your regular job. You're not sure whether you should ditch it yet or not. Like, can I make it? If I do, all of this coming up. Okay. And so this, especially the first 3 months of the year, you're going to feel brewing. It's almost like here it comes. It's like a volcanic, going to get bigger. Okay. And then again, hitting that middle part of the year, that's where it's all really going to have to be decided, okay, upon. But I think that for many of you, again, the first quarter, you may be starting to feel that. And come the second quarter, you may be making those decisions. What are you going to do with that split? You know, make sure that you're looking at the long-term goals, okay, and your life contract there, what you're supposed to be doing. Don't hold on to anything for sentimental value, or because it's safe, or because someone else tells you to, or because it's easier. And don't allow yourself to make any decisions when you're in an altered state, okay? So whether you're smoking pot, you ate a gummy bear, I don't know, went out drinking, not then, okay? Not then. All right. That may sound like common sense, but all right. So Scorpios, let's take a look at love and relationship for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising in 2023. This feels like a lot of fun. You also seem to be very serious, as you guys tend to be in love, just kind of, getting your person and trapping them there the way you like that. And you may be doing this especially toward the end of, I want to say, the second quarter. Okay, so what's happening here really is that you're trying to hold on to something that wants a little bit more freedom. You may have to negotiate. You may have to learn a new system, a new rhythm, in dealing with this person. If you want to keep them, I love that saying, if you love them, let them go. If you want to keep them, let them fly. If they come back, then they were yours, whatever the saying is. It's a little bit like that. I don't think you should compromise yourself. I don't think you should go too far outside of your boundaries. Okay. Respect what you need by all means, but also take a look at that other person and respect, where they may be. Some of you may be dealing with this in regards to a child or some other family dynamic where things are just a little too close, a little too tight. We need some breathing room in order for this relationship to grow. I think that the second half of the year, it's going to be really important for you guys in business, in your community, in friendships, in family, in love and everywhere, really, that you're communicating more clearly. You may have more of a drive to communicate more clearly, which is interesting to see you guys. This looks very fish out of water to me. But you're doing it. I mean, I'm, proud of you. You're feeling like you should communicate things that you would normally keep hidden, and locked away and secretive. And it's just like you're almost channeling. It's just sort of like coming out of your mouth, right? It's like word vomit. It just happened. And you're like, wow, this is interesting that not only it happened and that I feel oddly okay with it, but look at all the positive things that happened because of it. Okay, look at the effect it had on growth and relationship building and prosperity in a lot of different ways. Okay, so I think it's really fascinating, and I think you should get yourself out of the way. Okay, and just sort of let that unfold. We could be looking at marriage more toward the end of the year, and for a lot of you who've been in a long-term commitment, you could be looking at more of an investment in the relationship, or taking the money and finances and stuff and investing it in something greater, which is definitely a lockdown, type of situation once you're in contract with all that. But I feel good about this. Okay, for you guys, like, this is a healthy growth. And I think for those of you who, have been feeling like a relationship has been done for a while, you may really, really be done. Like, you may just leave or finalize that divorce, or like go get your own house, or just be like, I don't even care anymore. I'm out, and just do it almost like on a whim again. All right. So we have, oh, and a lot of you may have kids leaving the nest this year, or you yourself, you're getting rid of some old family dynamic, parent-to-child dynamic in some way. All right, category number 3, hidden messages, your blind spot, or any overall theme for Scorpios in 2023. Sun, Moon, or Rising, Scorpios, hidden messages, blind spots, overall theme. Okay. You're coming full circle. So this is a year, and then going into the first part of 2024, this is a year where you're going to be going all the way back to childhood, past lives, training, education, lessons, previous relationships. What have you invested your time in? Who were you? Who have you become? Who do you want to be? And you're going to be bringing it all together. Okay. You're going to be essentially taking anything that you thought was maybe a waste or a mistake. You're going to be alchemizing that. You're going to take anything that was painful or that felt like a loss. You're going to be transmuting that. You're going to be utilizing everything to push your life forward in the direction that you want it to go in. And I think this is really amazing, Scorpios. So huge level up for you if you guys choose to use the energy wisely. All right, Scorpios, have a great 2023. We're going to move on to Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius, 2023, sun, moon, or rising. Again, leave a comment if this is your sign. I want to hear back from you guys how any of this is resonating. Also, Sagittarius, category number 1, work, money, and resources for Sag in 2023. Work, money, or resources. You seem really serious. I'm not used to seeing you this way. You seem I know a lot of Sagittariuses. I know you guys can be very serious about, work and be super committed and really, really driven. I get that. But this is a different kind of serious. This isn't just about focus and drive. This is about being careful, especially the second quarter of the year. This is about double checking everything, dotting your I's, crossing your T's, making sure that when you gamble, if you gamble, it's more of a calculated risk than just a blindfolded toss, everything onto the table here and let's see if I win or lose, like roulette. This is also for many of you about taking your money and your resources or the many years that you've put into your career or your field, right, or your business, and seeing how you can convert that, expand that, use that as leverage for something else. We may see business opportunities coming in, especially in the middle and the third quarter of the year for a lot of you. Some of this looks like a total surprise. So, whether it be investing in something or it be someone coming to you and saying, do you want to do this? Do you want to do this with me? Or, do you remember this thing we talked about a while back? For some of you, it seems like it is a surprise, but it's also a little bit old in that you would have considered it, okay, somewhere in your past. So sort of like a resurrecting of energy going on here. I think overall money's going to look really good for you guys, but I also think that you know how to use money, to your advantage, and any resources that you get, to your advantage long term, instead of being like silly with it, as others may be. And I think that you're not being paranoid, okay, but you're being realistic. It's not great circumstances out there right now. And while you're going to be, tightening the reins, maybe in some areas, you also understand, and for many of you, and I'll get into this in a minute, you may be bringing in a baby this year. You may be getting married this year. You may be expanding on your family or adopting or, something like that. And so you have to know when to put those resources in. I also just want to say this to you guys. Many of you are learning to see yourself as a resource for the first time. And I know you guys don't ever run short on the self-esteem, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you see yourself as the main resource, in your life, especially in times of trouble, like our economy or whatever. You may look to banks, institutions, others, networking, the boss, whatever it is, you're really not doing that anymore. So you're taking even that, seeing yourself as a resource, up to the next level, just to make you even brighter, just to make your confidence even more going forward. You guys are going to be pretty unstoppable. It's pretty fantastic. Category number 2. Let's look at love and relationships for Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising in 2023. Love and relationships. Really hard to tie you guys down. I see you going right on through that third quarter of the year, right on through. But I see somebody wanting to kind of, can I get this person to stop and be with me for a little while? I also see that those of you who are committed, maybe investing more time in your love partnership and feeling as though it really helps you to grow exponentially. So this is a lovely energy here where, reminds me a little bit of, I always tell my fellow light workers here, watch for when a cat shows up. Okay. Like in your driveway, or some random animal, a raccoon or a dog, or I don't care what it is. Watch birds when these animals come to you, because you're going to say, oh, it needs me. No. You need it. It came to bring you some kind of energy, and it kind of looks like that, where, you may have a lover who is trying to kind of hold you down and requires extra time together. with them to feed the positivity of the relationship. It is going to be required, but it actually feeds you even more than, it feeds them. So this is going to be interesting going forward after this kind of a level up and a deeper state of intimacy to see where you guys take this. Pretty incredible. And for those of you, again, who are single, who are just sort of, passing through, you may just be dating a lot, the first half of the year. And then that third quarter, you may find someone you are willing to stop and settle down with for at least a minute, or possibly even take them with you. Okay, so as you guys travel about, you do your thing. This may be someone who can actually keep up with you. This is fascinating. As far as kids and things are concerned, expanding on family. I know I mentioned that. You guys may very well be bringing in, especially the middle of the year, the whole middle section there. You may be bringing in more family members or expanding somehow on your more intimate group, let's say. Category number 3, hidden messages, your blind spot, or any overall theme that comes up for Sagittarius 2023. What comes up for them? Doors that are shut need to stay shut. And whether it's a Mercury in retrograde, or you get scared because there's a potential commitment, and you're out of your comfort zone, right? We could see, I did a free mini class here on YouTube called Parade of the X's. And it was about, a retrograde situation and how our exes can come back at any time, but especially when your energy is changing and you have a big level up opportunity. Sometimes not just exes, but old situations, old temptations, okay? Things that are dead, done, over with, and need to stay in the past, leave them there. Keep the door shut. All right, keep going. All right, Sagittarius, it looks amazing for you and really like a lot of fun. Very sweet as well. Okay, so have a great 2023. We are going to move on to Capricorn. Whew, I'm getting tired. All right, you guys, if you haven't already done so, give this video a thumbs up, drop your zodiac sign or a little message here. The donations are so appreciated. I did see some of them out of my peripheral. I appreciate you guys a ton. And let's just keep the energy going, okay? All right, let's see. Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising for 2023. What is going on with you in category number 1, which is work, money, and resources. Work, money, and resources. Holy shnikes. So this looks pretty good. The whole year as far as growth is concerned. So we're just going to go all the way through. Okay. First 3 quarters, we see consistent growth. A slow grow, I guess, for some of you, but for some of you, not so slow, just consistent. Okay. Very nice energy here. And I don't know that I have a ton to say about what you need to do about it. Keep going. That's pretty much it. I really feel like this is so destined for you. When something is destined, it cannot be manipulated. It can't be taken away from you. It doesn't really matter. So just do your part and it will go. For those of you who are involved in a legal matter, some kind of dispute or some kind of contract that doesn't look right, January and February, you may be able to go back to the table. You may be able to revise, or you may be winning a legal case. For those of you who are dealing with anything too, like a divorce or some kind of a settlement or whatever, this could very well be working in your favor, especially around February, March, April. Some of you as late as May, but whatever, that first half mostly. Okay. It looks like that's very strong energy in your favor. Those of you who are looking to invest in a business, you really seem to have either the master keys to this whole project, or you're like the oldest one. Okay. Just, hey, if it works, it works. Maybe you have the most money. Okay, but you don't really know how to do it. Whatever it is, you have a significant amount of power and influence over the situation. And many of you may be getting involved in something where you don't want to take it all on. You're like, I don't want to have the master keys. However, okay, I am in a significant position of strength and I do want, X, Y, and Z to be exactly this way. Know what you want, go into this and get what is rightfully yours. So this could be very successful for many of you, especially the second half of the year. In any kind of business expansion. Others look to me like you're ready to just leave what you were doing. I see just drop it and go on to something else. I'm not saying that you necessarily have to go back for training and education. It could just be something as simple as a certification, or you don't even need it. I would double check your life experience. I would double check who you know. I would triple check to see if you've got your foot in the door anywhere and you didn't even realize it. Okay. Can you just push your agenda forward without having to like start from scratch? Very, very possible for you guys at this time. I think for some of you, you may be investing in a property, relocation, land, okay, or some kind of, stocks or, whatever it is by the end of the year. So I see November, I see December, especially, but especially in like the second half of November, the first 2 weeks of December in 2024, there could be some significant opportunities there. Keep your eyes and ears open and move quickly. All right, let's look at category number 2 for Capricorn, which is love and relationships for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising 2023, love and relationships. What do we get for them? I see a dog coming in. That's very sweet. We love dogs. Oh, that's not a dog. Okay, so dogs represent loyalty. All right, so some of you could be getting a dog, but I think that what we're talking about here is somebody coming in, for those of you that are single, who is offering you a certain type of love, support, loyalty, comfort, security, including financial security or the ability to come together and build, and just it may be a good year. I think a lot of people are going to be getting into these types of relationships because, quite frankly, we're freaking tired. We just want some help, or and I'm not saying it's just that. I'm just saying that's a nice little bonus. And I think that this is based mostly on friendship. I love seeing loyalty. I love seeing the dog. I love that this relationship is depicted as a dog. It's beautiful and harmonious. It's also simple, in the way that a dog just like lays in the sun and like has a smile and asks for nothing more, in life. So there's this ability for the two of you to just be near each other and feel like that's enough. Okay. That is the sun on my face. This is a perfect day at the beach or whatever. Just being in the company of this person. I also think that you may be releasing people, and this isn't just in love, okay, but you guys may be releasing from those that are overbearing, from those that bring in toxic energy, from those that don't appreciate you, relationships where there's no reciprocity, wherever the time is up, wherever the jig is up, wherever you're done, you're done. And sometimes seeing such a healthy relationship and bond can really shine the spotlight on other relationships that are dysfunctional and promote that movement for you. So that would not surprise me one bit. I do feel that many of you will be also, if you're in, a marriage or a long-term commitment, you're already in that. You may be finding almost like a 50-50 split here, that some of you are done, with the other person's nonsense because they've been unwilling to change and they've been playing ignorant to that for far too long. Their toxic energy is now even possibly starting to create paranormal problems in the house or in your life, and you're through with it. You don't want to clean up after them, and you may not care anymore. And for some of you, again, feels almost like a 50-50 split for those that are in a long-term commitment. You may be feeling more like family than you ever have. And let's just say, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, okay? Let's just say your love partner is kind of going through something. you can find a new level of support that you can offer that helps build that relationship to something stronger, okay, than it's ever been. So I like this a lot. But yeah, it can also be that, you guys are finding out something new about the relationship, some new discoveries, whether it be in the bedroom or, with trips you want to take and things like this, excursions, that you've never explored before. Pretty fun. Could be kids leaving the house as well. All right. Category number 3, hidden messages, your blind spot, or overall themes for Capricorn 2023. Okay. You're really going to want to get rid of old junk this year. If you have a way of holding on to habits, attitudes, and I know I love you guys, okay, but you guys do have a way of being like, no, like so stubborn, and you're not getting any value out of it. I don't know why you hold on to some of this stuff, right? But especially with like the way you handle other people, the way you handle relationships, the way you get things done, it's like you're going to have to allow yourself to say, I understand that I could do something better. I don't know what it is, okay, but I'm open to receiving maybe some guidance from the universe or my higher mind, or your loved ones coming through. Maybe someone else could teach you something for once. Maybe you could learn something new tricks, okay? And you're releasing those old ways. You're saying, okay, that's enough. It's not really working for me anymore. Or I've taken it as far as I could take it. It worked great, but I think I'm ready for something new. Let go of your old patterns. And that's what's really going to help you to maximize your prosperity in 2023. Capricorns, have a beautiful year. All right, let's move on. Last two, people. Last two. Aquarius's 2023 sun, moon, or rising. What is coming up for you in category number 1? Work, money, and resources for Aquarius 2023. Work, money, resources. You seem to be bossing everybody around. I like this a lot. I think that there are some situations, where you're getting pulled a bit out of your comfort zone, or you didn't expect to get promoted to a position of boss, right? Boss energy and leadership training, telling other people what to do, telling things where to go. You're going to get moving. You got everybody else moving. And I think it's really interesting to also watch some of you publish, okay, or produce. It's almost like, broadcasting and things like this, but in such a way where you're speaking to the masses and they're hearing you for the first time. So I know you guys are known for being those aliens, and I know that you are the ultimate humanitarians, and you are all about this revolution that we are going through. And it is like you are finally being heard because you've had the recipe all along. You've had the magic tricks all along. You've had the answers all along. You've been living it all along. Was anyone listening? Probably not. Now they are. So you may even be speaking, teaching, leading, guiding, producing, even putting out product that can be purchased. Okay. Because again, we are talking about money. So you are getting literal resources for this, including a following, which is valuable. But from your weird ideas, from your wisdom and strength that may have been taken in the past as airy, fairy, fruity oddness, and like nothing significant. Yeah, well, the world's changing. It's changing rapidly. This revolution, if you look at the astrology, is very different from any other one we've had. And it is because of the speed of karmic delivery. So enjoy, bask in it, take it, honor yourself. And for those of you that, aren't comfortable, again, let's revisit that aren't comfortable being in the spotlight or having that kind of, power position. Get used to it. It's your calling. Okay. I'm not even going to feed that. Get over it. Okay. Enjoy, find ways to enjoy it, and be colorful with it. You deserve it. And I also feel that many of you may have fairly significant increase in your finances, possibly even up to half of you, where you are doubling in your financial status or greater. Okay. By the middle or the third quarter, some of you, it just really looks like the third quarter to me by that time. And using that toward the end of the year. Now, for some of you, yes, this may be with a business that you already have, or, you know, your career expansion, their investments that you made. For others, it could be someone else's finances coming in. I'm going to get to love and relationships here in a minute. Could it be coming from that? It could. Could it be coming from an inheritance or some company being handed down to you or something like this? You taking over someone else's position? 100%, 100%. So I like this for you a lot. Let's move on to love and relationships. At this point, I feel like I'm going crazy, so I don't even, if I am repeating myself, Mary, let me know. But love and relationships for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising in 2023, what is coming up for them? Some of you, if you've been looking to have a baby, you could get pregnant, your partner could get pregnant, adoption, foster care. Some of you who weren't even looking for that, you may just have a baby just kind of fall in your lap, you know, maybe something happens with your sister, you know, or, you know, you have a brother who's always on the fritz, you know, and you get his kids. I mean, something like that, you know, whatever it is. You could be taking on a baby. This can be expansion, okay, on your family or your community, your friendship circle in a significant way. This is for everybody. Okay. You may also be finding some new business partnerships that feel like family. I mean, this is definitely a member of your soul tribe. I even see some of you. This is just a few of you, of course, but like maybe you get a new publisher and maybe like you and your editor are like, you know, besties or something. And anyways, very interesting. So we have some past life dynamics coming in. We have some soulmate dynamics coming in. We have a lot of soul tribe dynamics and contracts coming in here. And it's very, how do I want to say this? All about the group efforts, okay? All about everybody coming together and working harmoniously on accomplishing things for the highest and best good for everyone. Some of you may be also working with more like grassroots movements or starting your own nonprofit or get very involved in like, whether it be, you know, humanitarian rights, civil rights, politics, environmentalism. It could be things like that. So you're activism, and so you're bringing on especially LGBTQ activism or for minorities and things like this. So you could be bringing on more of a community that way. Even I'm what's the word I'm looking for here? People trying to get their citizenships, okay, things like this. So a new family. There's also some talk of love here with you guys. So in the romantic sense, for those of you who are single and are looking for someone, you could be bringing somebody in. I say bringing them in because I really do feel like you manifested this person. And for those of you who like to juggle a bit, these people, okay, even maybe like three, you could find yourself at some point dating like three people at the same time that kind of all bring a very similar energy, you know. It's very I heard amicable, you know, to where you are at the time. So let's say you're creating something, you know, I don't know, you're like publishing a book, or you're writing, you're creating artwork, you're a composer, you're whatever, working on a project. You could find that these people really support that, you know, and that you support their art, let's say. And it's a very kind and simple, positive, high vibrational energy. And yeah, for those of you who are looking for something, you know, more serious, I don't know that you're, you know, full on committing at that point, but definitely toward the end of the year, it could be. It's coming up at the very least, okay, as an option. For those of you who are married or in long-term commitment, looks like you're actually focusing more out of your relationships and more on you, you know, so it's about relationship time with you. And again, we're looking at that mostly at the end of the year, but that could be a bit of a theme for you all year long. It's like, I love you, you do you, I got to do me, you know? So looks good. Let's look at category number 3 for Aquarius: hidden messages, your blind spot, or if there is an overall theme here for you guys. Aquarius 2023. What is the general message? Learn as much as you can. Get your hands on as many books. Look at as many YouTube videos. For the love of God, if you guys are not on TikTok, get on there. And, you know, I hate it when somebody's like, TikTok is for For who? It's for everybody. Have you been on? It's ridiculously good. Okay. It is delicious. It is like everything I've been waiting for. And I think a lot of people have for a very, very long time. It is time for us to expand out into others. It is time for us to expand out into making the world a better place, to learn, to grow, to express ourselves. And this is going to be a huge outlet for you. So get your hands on as much research as you possibly can and expose yourself to as many new ideas and people, but you're going to be quite possibly doing the same. Okay, and building up quite a lot of following over the things that you have to share that weren't being heard before. I love this for you guys. Aquariuses, have a wonderful 2023. Okay, last but not least, Pisces. I love my Pisces. Love Pisces people so much. So always so interesting. You guys always have such depth. So Pisces 2023, what is going on for you? Sun, moon, or rising? Let me know if you are one. Category number 1, work, money, and resources for Pisces 2023. What is coming up for Pisces in 2023? The first quarter of the year going into, for many of you, including the second quarter, you may find yourself using a degree. You may find yourself putting your resume out there. You may be trying something new. You may be showing all the research that you've done or a project that you've been working on, including publishing. You may be presenting it to the world at this time and saying like, here it is. Now let's see if it's going to like fly or if I have to go back to it and, you know, tweak it a little bit. And I feel like put it out there and just don't touch it. Okay. Just give it a minute, because sometimes it takes a minute for the universe to catch up, the people involved to catch up. I wouldn't touch it for the first 6 months. Okay. I think that for the majority of you, it's kind of really perfect the way it is. Like, you've done enough. I don't really know what more you could do. Reminds me of the editing process in writing. You know, I go back and I edit 6 times, and then I say, you know what, just because it could be different doesn't make it better. You have to know when to call it quits. Okay. And be like, here it is. Ta-da. Let's see what we could do with this thing. Karmic payout, big for you guys. The second quarter into the third, really the third feels like a breakthrough point. So the third quarter of the year, you know, you could be having a bit of a lottery aspect, you know, which I don't actually believe in. You know, with lottery aspects, a lot of people will say, oh, well, it's like good luck. You know, you have a horseshoe up your rear end. I don't believe in that, because everything on earth has to be earned. So it's really more like karmic payout. So we're talking health, relationships, travel, you know, money, basically everything for you. You're going to see an increase. And what you may want to do is to take those resources, to take that high level energy or extra, and you may want to prepare to put it into something greater. I don't feel that for the majority of you, you know what that is. And that's okay. So if you have some opportunity to expand or create something new, that's fine. If you have something you've been putting off for a long time, you may have other people coming to you saying, why don't we do this? Or when are you going to do this? I always say, you know, humans are the mouthpiece for God, and signs are all around us. Symbology is everywhere. And even through your dreams. Okay, Pisces, you love to sleep. You love to dream. You know, you're going to receive some kind of guidance, a heads up multiple times, that this is what you're supposed to be diving into. And I feel like it's a really new beginning. Okay, for many of you. Some of you may be moving. Some of you may be just really done with where you were. I think this is an important time for you to look at your residency as a resource. Sometimes we don't understand that the reason our life is stagnant or going downhill is because, or even paranormal, having paranormal problems, is because we're not supposed to be living there anymore. Okay, so it's like the roots are dead. You're not gaining anything off of your atmosphere. We are supposed to be living in places that feed our energy level. We're not expected to do this alone. So make sure you're in the right climate. Make sure you're in the right state, the lay of the land, the people, okay, that are around you. What kind of community? Who are you surrounded by? What kind of opportunities are there for work and recreation and different things? Okay, so start seeing your residency as a resource, because it 100% is. I feel good about this for you. Interesting times and significant increase here for sure. Now, category number 2, love and relationships for Pisces in 2023. Love and relationships, Pisces, sun, moon, rising, 2023. Somebody seems to be coming in from your past. I'm not saying take an ex back, but it wouldn't shock me. Sometimes we say, oh, well, I was hoping this person would grow or change or have a realization. They may. It happens. I wouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. I mean, I wouldn't bank on it, because a lot of people who have realizations, they don't last more than like 4 months. You know what I'm saying? So just, cautiously proceed with caution, but that could happen. I also think that for many of you, the majority of you, like 75% of you, this isn't really literally somebody from your past as much as it is someone from a previous life. And we could be looking at 3-4 life cycles where you guys were together. So there's a lot of past life history here. And, for others, this could also be someone who just you crossed paths with. You may not even know, but when you look back, oh my God, we lived in the same city, the same year. Oh my God, we worked 2 blocks from each other. How, or different states, and everything moves. You keep crossing paths. Okay. So that's what soulmate connection is. And that's how that works. There's past life connection. And finally, this thing coming together. I like this a lot. But I also think that you're a little cautious this year. I think that you're focused on protecting your heart this year. I think you're very focused on doing maybe some shadow work or letting go of generational curses, which are, of course, not a real thing, but handing down trauma cycles and, psychological dysfunction is. Okay. So you may be letting go of all of that. You may just want to take it a little bit slow, and that's okay. Just make sure you're clearly communicating that, not like walling this person out or like totally detaching or, being weird and kind of hiding in the house about it, just being unavailable. That is not clear communication, and that's really not going to help. This person could just keep going. I also think that for many of you, you may be setting stronger boundaries with bosses, with coworkers, with friends, or with family members who are not showing you the type of respect that you deserve, or in situations where you've already had to speak your piece and state your truth and what it is that you want, and it didn't work. You may be saying some strong words, setting stronger boundaries. And for some of you, just walking away and being like, you know what, I'm done. I did my part. I feel good about this. Also, for those of you who are parenting, you may feel as though with your children, you have been helicoptering in some areas. You've been enabling. Maybe you have a gigantic baby bird that's 30 years old who hasn't left the nest yet. You may just be kicking that one out, or, you may be pulling your hands off their situation. You may just notice that when normally you would interject and be like, well, honey, this is how it needs to be, or this is why it's happening, or why don't you do this, or let's try this, da, 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 da. You're just like, nope, I'm not going to say a thing. Okay. I'm just going to be here as a support. You are letting your kids or people you mentor over, or, possibly even, for some of you, this could even be like employees or things like that, letting them do their thing. Okay. Pull away. And we'll see what they're made of. All right. Then we have category number 3, hidden messages, your blind spot, or overall theme for Pisces 2023. Okay. You need to know who you are, and you need to let the world know who you are. This is a year for you to sort of come out of hiding in a lot of ways. So any areas where you've been in the background, you are now in the forefront. And it's going to be really important for you to do it boldly and unapologetically, and not to be your own worst enemy by being double-minded with yourself, negating your gut instinct, quieting yourself, or saying that what you want is somehow not important or worth going after. You're going to go after it. You're going to go after it hard. You're going to go after it in full effect. Okay. And you are going to be out there and you are going to be you. And that is how you are going to maximize your prosperity in 2023. All right, Pisces, have a great year. That is everybody, folks. Whew. All right. Again, if you missed part one, because yeah, I normally do this with Christina Del Rey. I had tech issues. So her part one posted last night where she did all the astrology. Check it out. All right. And do we have any questions? Mary, my beautiful producer. Oh, Bethany Renner, you're very welcome. Thank you so much. Okay, very good. All right. Thanks again, guys, for the donations. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if everyone on your way out could give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already done so, I will see you Wednesday, every other Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. I do my Ask Ivy show where I take your personal questions and I deliver out messages from Spirit. If you need to book a reading with me in the meantime, Ivy Rivera, psychicmedium.com. Take care, everyone. Have a great year.